Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, live the life we love. Today, it's all about Bhakti Marga, the path of the heart. The only practice is really opening the heart. No teacher can take you deeper than the heart. And the heart tends to be constricted for so many people because it's tender and vulnerable. And that's why so many people don't want to live in the heart. It hurts. Awareness hurts. And conflict is the beginning of consciousness. But you're not wrong for taking the risk to be vulnerable, because to go through life with a turned off heart shuts you down. Makes you not only not available to your own depth, but to the pain, suffering, and joy of other people. So the first thing we want to do, if we want to move away from our mouse's squeak to the lion's roar, is understanding through meditation, clarity of mind, why it's important to live in your heart. All negative thinking and actions comes from ignorance. Avidya, actively not knowing the nature of reality, is the first principle yoga says gets us off base. So the precepts recommend healthy and skillful actions in areas where we can easily go astray. Right? People are violent, people are lying, people are deceitful, people are addictive, people are miserly. Those are not the states of consciousness to hang out that's going to open your heart. The principle underlying all is the same. If you want to be happy, don't intentionally cause suffering to yourself or other people. This is why the precepts are so important. But you have to keep at it for a while, because to break habits, you have to stop thinking how poorly you might have behaved in the past, focus your attention on what you want to do, where you want to go, and the rewards of success, not the penalties of failure. Don't get caught up in self-judgment, but recall how light and joyful you felt when you make wise choices. And let that motivate you in the future. Even neuroscience, which on one level says the amygdala is the part of your brain that's always looking for what's wrong to try to protect yourself and avoid potential danger. But there are other neural circuits that can wire. But in order to consolidate those patterns of actions to become new habits, promoting, not demoting habits, you have to sustain that for a period of time. Like in the Bible, 40 days, people go and fast or pray, and all of a sudden, new neural networks in your brain have rewired, soldered themselves into your DNA, and that it ensures that I'm going to live to the change I want to. Now the Buddha, I wasn't there to know for sure that this is what he said, but he called this the life, that's the bliss of blamelessness. For one who leads a virtuous life, it's a natural law that remorse will not arise. For one who's free of remorse, it's a natural law that gladness will arise. And for one who is glad at heart, it's a natural law that joy will arise. We call this the bliss of blamelessness. And you review how you acted in the past and the karma as a result of that. And there's two words they use, hiri, H-I-R-I, and otapa, O-T-A-P-P-A. One means moral shame, one means moral dread. Moral shame means when you know, it's like conscience, when you know you act in a certain way that's off. And moral dread is when you wouldn't want anyone to see and disrespect and have loss of respect for you. Moral shame, I want to hide it. I don't want anyone to know I did this. And moral dread, if anybody found out, I lose face, my self-esteem in the eyes of other people would be something I don't want to face. Like looking at the jumbotron of your life next to your master or your parents or somebody who you really care about and would want to have your own life reflected to them in a positive way. You'd feel shame about doing things that, I said that, I did that. And then the moral dread. I can't think of anything worse than me being next to my teacher, having my life reflected to me on the jumbotron, and him looking at me and said, "This is what you did with your teachings? This is what I taught you?" So you avoid that by making good choices. And the Dalai Lama says, kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness in your vision. And kindness in your giving is what creates love. Be givers, be lovers.